Hello.
Hi. I was looking at the chat here. I see Simply Jan Homestead is transplanting seeds. That sounds like fun. I haven't even got anything planted yet, but so hello to Samson Farms was in here. Simply Jan and Walterman Homestead.
You looking to see if you can plant something?
I think I can start planting tomatoes tomorrow, but I'm going to do it. If I have time, I'll do it today. But I was just double checking because I don't want to. I could have started them. Could I have started them last week?
Hey, Sonny's place. I don't think you could have started them last week. Seeds for what?
What?
I said seeds for what?
Tomatoes. Let's see. Oh, okay. Shoo. I thought I was way off. Let's see. Can I start them? Oh, it says next week. Or no, the first week in April, so it's 2 weeks. I was thinking it was the 15th for some reason. Yeah, I was getting excited because I thought I could start tomato seeds tomorrow, but it's actually 2 weeks. I was off. I don't know. Probably something else is the 30th or the 15th, not the 30th.
Hey, Samson. Lady Nathan is Jerry.
That's what I was laughing about earlier, Lady Nathan.
Oh, okay. Well, we were trying to. Well, you can show them what you were doing.
I'm on my Clyde's Garden Planner, looking at the spring side. I was trying to figure out about when I can start seeds. For some reason, I had it in my head I could start tomato seeds tomorrow, but I see everyone else starting them. Maybe I'll just go ahead and start them and have them in pots for a while, and start some more later. Because I haven't got all the ones I want ordered yet, which I need to do that. I started looking at, I think it was, Ohio Heirloom Seeds. They have a couple different tomato varieties I want. So, I'm trying to figure. I can start broccoli and lettuce this week.
And cauliflower.
Cauliflower was a couple weeks ago with cabbage.
Well, I thought broccoli and cauliflower were together.
But we can start planting spinach. Spinach next week, or yes, outside next week. That's what it says.
That's what we were planning on doing, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I thought we were worried about planting.
No. Tomatoes.
Always tomatoes?
Yeah. But that gives me time to get my tomatoes ordered, so. Well, our last frost date is the end of April, beginning of May. It just depends on where you look. So, I don't know. I like my tomatoes, but I've been trying to decide this week what all I'm planting and where I'm planting it. And I'm thinking about planting potatoes in our front yard. because we run our chickens in our backyard and in the field. So it cuts down on the amount of space we have in our backyard for when we have our meat chickens. Usually, or I guess last year, I don't know if I think the year before we had them in our yard, but last year we had our laying hens in the field and our meat chickens in the yard. But we don't run them in our front yard, so I could plant potatoes in the front yard and then have the backyard for the chickens. And so we would butcher them and then I could plant in the backyard. Man, I'm jealous of all you starting tomatoes and peppers and I was watching Striving for a Simple Life, and she's got like pumpkin seeds and tomatoes and all this stuff planted, and I don't know what growing zone she's in, but she's got 6 or 8 inch starts already. I'm really jealous. But let's see. It says our first planting of potatoes is the first week in April, which was about where I was thinking, because I started cutting up potatoes yesterday or 2 days ago to let them try to scab up. I've never had any problems just cutting them and planting them the same day, but I'm going to try at least the first set, if I can get them all cut, letting them heal up just to see if I get better yields. But we've only planted potatoes I think maybe 2 years, so I'm no expert, but I've been watching other videos, and they a lot of people recommend cutting them up. Some people like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time, which I don't know, I'll try, but it just seems like a really long time and a lot of forethought there. But usually I just fly by the seat of my pants. When I have time, I'll do it, but I'm trying to be a prepared gardener this year. Yeah, I mean, it's not, the front yard sounds good to me too, but I know that my mom won't like it, and I don't think Nathan is appreciating the idea either. But I'd rather have food than a yard, which I don't really mind having that much yard, but it just seems like if you have the yard to grow food, why not? I was thinking about planting like almost everywhere in our yard at some point, and like that's going to cut down on our grass clippings, because we bag all of our grass clippings, or well, like when it's real short in the summer and all we're getting is we're mowing down the dandelions, we don't bag that, but we use the bagger most of the time to collect the clippings, and then we use them for mulch on plants to keep the weeds down in our garden beds.
Well, I'm not against the front yard. I just don't know if I want it there.
Like, well, our one side yard is got a windbreak in it, so it doesn't get very much sun on that side. Which, that's great that there's a windbreak there. Just that cuts down on the growing area over there. And behind the windbreak is where we grew pumpkins last year and our tomatoes. So there really wasn't that much room. I want to have a huge potato bed because we've been going through a lot of potatoes. And they're pretty easy to grow. I mean, they're pretty cheap at the grocery store too, but it's just nice to have that food security if you can have it. So, I've been liking the idea of planting a flower bed over our leach system, just because I don't really want to grow food there. But I like the idea of having flowers and maybe being able to sell some of them for like cut bouquets. Now, I don't really, that would not be this year, even probably next year goal, but I follow some people on Instagram that have flower farms, and that looks like a pretty cool gig. I wouldn't mind doing that.
It's just a pass. It's the phone on the Wi-Fi.
It's completely off. I'm trying to decide. So I was thinking potatoes in the front yard, and next to our greenhouse planting squash. I think they're called Trombolini squash. And then probably this year I'll still plant zucchini, but next year I might not, because I'm hoping to have a whole bunch of seeds to plant a whole bunch of those trimpolinis to use them as chicken feed, and for us as a summer squash. So, so I'll plant those trimpolinis over there. And I'm thinking about planting flowers in the one part of the backyard. And I'm trying to decide what to do with all my tomatoes, because where they were at last year, some of them didn't get enough sun, so I need to either move them down in that bed. Well, bed. It's not really a bed. We just dug in the yard, and just where each tomato was going to be, we just dug a hole.
I'm gonna turn those beds this year and go east to west with them in hopes that the sun will be better.
Oh, that could, yeah. But I also, I have other plants for that area too, where the tomatoes were, because that's where our elderberries are, and our are they blackberry bushes?
Blackberries,
and
blueberries, and
No.
elderberries.
I'm thinking about, I don't know. We went to the doctor and he recommended taking bilberry for eyes. So I was thinking about trying to find some bilberry plants. I don't even know exactly what it is. He says it's a supercharged blueberry. So I'm thinking about planting some bilberry plants over there if I can find them. And so that would take up more of that growing area. So that'd be, so I'm trying to get the garden plan figured out in my head. I have not put it on paper at all. But everyone down south is making me want to start right now.
They look like blueberries.
Yeah, they look like blueberries. I said they were supercharged blueberries. I don't know.
They're a blueberry out of Europe.
Okay. Yeah, well, Sunny's place, we live in the country. Our house sits on 1 acre. But we have a farm. But we just garden on our acre. We have never planted outside the fence, right?
I believe so.
Our yard's fenced in because we have cows. So our whole farm is fenced in with electric fence for the cows. So we used to live in town, so I understand kind of the. But we just tried gardening a little bit while we lived in town. Well, you did before we got married, but we only tried gardening twice while we lived in town.
Something like that.
And it was a real bad drought the one year.
And the other years it got buried, right? I believe 1 year we were out there in underwater, and everything we planted was underwater.
For a little bit anyway. So that's interesting. Experience trying to garden in. But now we live in the country and we're trying this gardening thing. Okay, I think we're more than trying this gardening thing at this point, because we've been gardening for 5 years. Because even the first, when we moved out here, we had the tomatoes in those big pots that ended up dying, but last year we really expanded our gardening area because we built a greenhouse with the raised beds around it. And then we made the garden area over there by the elderberries. We didn't have that before.
Yeah.
And then this year we're even going to be bigger.
Even if we just use the raised beds we put in, we've got new raised beds, even if we just use just those.
Oh, the ones we haven't built yet?
Yeah.
Oh, we bought them, we just haven't put them together.
Well, we also haven't. Last fall was the first time we used the beds inside the greenhouse.
Yeah, we have beds inside the greenhouse too. Well, we use them.
Hey,
for
Papa
sweet
Sprout.
potatoes. We use them for the sweet potatoes in the summer, so it wasn't in the fall. Hi, Papa Sprout. But this year I want to have an even bigger garden, so because I want to keep growing more and more of our own food. Because when we both had a job off the farm, we didn't really realize it at the time, but money was no concern. We just went to the grocery store and bought whatever. But now that I stay home, it's a lot. It makes the grocery budget a lot smaller if you're growing more and more of your own food, which makes sense. It's just
Is it that big? That hard?
trying to figure out where to put everything and what to grow is because I want to grow all the things. But I can't grow all the things.
You think we'll ever keep on potatoes?
That's my dream to be self-sufficient on potatoes, but
We use a lot of potatoes.
yeah, we're a ways away from that.
Did you talk about your sweet potatoes?
No. And I brought these in. Has it been 3 weeks now since I brought mine?
I think so.
So
Because they were in here last time.
last year we grew regular potatoes, and they were fine. They had a pretty good harvest, but we've always struggled with sweet potatoes since we lived here. We never tried growing them in town, but the first year we grew them, I just bought slips from I think it was Southern Seed, which the slips were fine. They grew.
Southern Seed Exposure.
Southern Seed Exposure. Okay.
Southern Seed Exchange.
I don't know. I think it's
Southern Exposure.
okay.
I don't know.
But so the slips were fine. Like they came in great condition, and they grew. But something was eating them. I don't know if it was mice or voles or something. But they ate the tops off the sweet potatoes, like the actual sweet potatoes. So then, I think we skipped them 2 years ago. Then last year, we grew. Or maybe we tried growing them the year before. I don't remember. But last year, my store-bought sweet potatoes grew slips, so I hated to waste them. So I dug up in the greenhouse a spot. It was in June when we planted them, and they grew. So this year,
I'm making lemonade from lemons.
This year, these 2 sweet potatoes are ones that we grew last year. These are the last 2, and I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but the bigger one is starting to have little slips starting. Maybe you can see them right there. Right there's one. So I'm really excited to have my own slips from sweet potatoes that I grew. I'm not sure this one is going to.
Hey, Sean.
I'm not sure this one's going to have very many slips. There's one starting, but I'm really excited to have slips.
It was really exciting to run something all the way through and then to have something come out of it.
Well, and we have, I saved potatoes from last year, and I've already got those planted in the garden. I planted them last fall. That was just an experiment. So I hope they grow. And then I'll have regular potatoes and sweet potatoes that I grew last year.
Hi, Tina.
Hey, Tina, did you get a package? It was supposed to be delivered yesterday. I didn't look at the tracking though. I never entered it on the computer, and I don't know where the receipt got to. I probably can still find the receipt. I just haven't taken the time. Oh no, we don't have snow right now. Now I'm not gonna say we're not gonna have any snow yet.
There was a chance this morning, but it didn't come down.
But we've got green grass outside right now. Simply Jan, I really hope that our garden is going to be awesome. In my head, it's awesome. Okay, that's fine, Tina. I just wanted to make sure you got it.
Awakened chickens.
I'm really sorry it took so long. Hi, Missy. Duck tacos.
Jerry wants to raise ducks this year.
Well, I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it. I don't know. I really don't know if I want. I was thinking about getting ducks to have for kids at the fair can see what ducks look like baby ducks, ducklings. But they're so messy. I don't know. But let's see. I don't remember how many we bought, but 3 or 4 years ago we bought. Sorry, 4 years ago, we bought.
She's a lot better at remembering names than I am. She's doing a great job here.
I think it was 4 years ago we bought ducklings.
Leftovers, huh, Sean?
And they made such a mess by the time they got to be adults. Then we butchered them for Thanksgiving. Oh, duck eggs. That's different.
We had duck eggs a couple of times. At least 3 or 4 of them before they quit laying.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I was hoping that if you pastured ducks that they would be slightly cleaner, and we've never tried that.
Well, we had them in a chicken tractor.
But not the way we do chickens now.
No, not the way we do chickens now. But that's how we ran our chickens at that point, was in the chicken tractor. And the eggs were always so dirty. And as soon as you put water in there and it was filthy, you had to give them water like 5 times a day or something. So I'm not sure I'm ready for ducks again. Hey, Alyssa.
Living the Dream Homestead came into.
Oh, hi, Living the Dream Homestead. Sorry we missed you there. Well, okay, so the ducks were beautiful. We had some Swedish blue or blue Swedes or something. Different places call them different things. Then we had 2 of those. We had a male and female pair, and then the rest were khaki Campbells. And I really, really considered keeping those Swedish ones because they were beautiful, beautiful birds. But the male on that one got his leg.
It has his leg broke. And I think the female's the one though that died on us.
No,
or she got real sick or something.
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember really.
We ended up butchering both of those. But the raccoons got into our duck pen and wreaked a lot of havoc. That's how the male Swedish blue got his leg broke. Was the raccoons got in the duck tractor.
Hi, Brett and Cindy's Tennessee Living. Missed that one too. But
we've never heard of the black Swedish, at least at our local hatchery, the one that's just down the road. There's a couple more local ones, like Meyer Hatchery is not that far away, but we've never ordered from them.
We're not really unprepared for ducks because they roost on the ground. And our predator protection at that point.
Well, which we knew.
But
we thought the tractor was...
We thought they wouldn't stand up against the edge of the tractor, but they did. They nest right up against the edge of the tractor, so if you have a predator that will reach underneath the edge of the tractor, then the chickens, or the ducks...
the raccoons would dig underneath of it. And even after we put electric fence around the edge of it, we still had problems. So... we were prepared, we thought, for a pen, but it just ended up being the raccoons were...
So I would give it another shot with the way we do fencing now, because we haven't had the same predator problems with this fencing.
Yeah. Yeah, like Alyssa said, we had minks get into... The minks didn't get our ducks, they got our chickens, but minks and raccoons have been a problem, especially in the pasture where the chickens.
The minks have been really bad in the pasture. The raccoons are much worse because we're closer to the woods here.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, Papa Sprout. I went to the grocery store Thursday. They were completely sold out of toilet paper. And it's just, I don't know. We have enough everything right now, so I'm just trying to stay away from the grocery store. The stories I'm hearing, I'm just like, I hope I tried to have enough groceries to last us for a little bit. It's just crazy. Someone I follow on Instagram, they live in Northern California. She went to Costco, and she said it wasn't really busy there, but as soon as the water delivery, like the truck got there with the water on it, people just started running towards the truck, like the back of the store. Like, it's not gonna cause you to not have drinking water, but so yeah, I'm just trying to stay away.
Stay home.
Yeah. When we ordered the ducks, we got a straight run of everything, but they made sure, which was really nice, they made sure we had a male Swedish blue and a female. And that was really nice, even though we didn't order it. I mean, you can order it that way, but they gave us a male and a female. The male, and the only reason we knew that, because at the very beginning, was because the male had they took a little spot out of his webbing. Oh yeah, Papa Sprout. I know about the cloth diapering stuff. I guess if anything, this is teaching, hopefully, people to be better prepared and maybe start growing their own food. That'd be a good outcome of this crisis if people started growing their own food, because it's just.
Cloth diapering keeps us out of toilet paper too.
So I don't think I have you talked into buying ducks. I'm not even sure I have myself talked into buying ducks. I don't know.
Well, every year we go back and forth until we decide not to on turkeys.
Yeah, which I don't know.
But we have a good source for turkeys that I'm happy with. So
we really don't eat that much turkey. I mean, properly prepared turkey and chicken taste almost the same. So, and chickens are a lot easier. It's okay, Papa Sprout. It's just what's going on in the current climate. So. Yeah, I went to go buy some rubbing alcohol just because our farm kid one had dumped out the bottle, one of our bottles. There was a half bottle on the counter. She dumped it out on the counter, which, okay, I'm not going to freak out about. I just cleaned it up. But I went to go replace it, and there was none. Like, absolutely none. Well, we kind of want turkeys, but on the other hand, we bought 4, knowing that we were going to lose probably 1 or 2. Which, well, then we'd have. I was hoping, that at least 3 of them would live, and that we'd have a male and 2 females. That's what I was hoping. Dream big here. Okay, so that's what I was hoping. But we ended up only having 1 survive out of the brooder. Which I've learned some tricks now that I could probably get at least 75, if not 100% of them to.
I wouldn't say that out loud.
Okay, but the problem was they're so slow in the head that they were eating their bedding, and then they wouldn't drink. Then when they would drink, they had bedding in their crop or swell up and kill them. So what I've learned is that for a couple days, you have chickens or baby chicks and turkeys together because they're not that much different in size at that point. The chicks are smart enough to learn where their water is and learn where their feed is. So the turkeys see the chickens doing that, and then eventually they learn how to eat and drink without driving you insane. And then, like at 4 days or a week, I'm not sure, I'd have to look that up. But you take the baby chicks out and you separate them because they require different feed. Because turkeys, usually people recommend 24% or 28%, and that's too high to leave baby chicks on for a long time.
Hey, shit happens.
Hey, I like that name. So that's what, if we were to do turkeys again, I would have baby chicks and baby turkeys at the same time and raise them together for a little bit. Which, we might have baby chicks in 3 weeks. I'm not sure. I need to go. Yesterday when I went out, there was 3 hens on nest out there, so we might have baby chicks. Probably not, but
It was much warmer yesterday than it is today here, though.
yeah, I might just go take them away and let them set again in another month when it'll be. Because if we have baby chicks hatch, it'd be the first or second week of April, depending on. So they would be probably warm enough, but I don't know if I want to deal with it. But I've been talking a lot. What have you been doing? Just working a lot. Trying to edit.
I've been working a lot. I've been trying to catch up on editing video because we had a whole backlog of a month's worth of video and trying to put out really good content for you guys. And
We don't have any moderators, so should we make some moderators?
Want to?
Okay. Papa Sprout, I'm promoting you. Maybe, if I can figure this out. Uh-oh. I broke it. And maybe her.
Yeah.
Okay. And Tina, you're getting promoted too. Congratulations. I don't know if you wanted it or not, but so what have you been up to?
Besides that?
Editing and
Besides
working.
editing?
And working.
And working. I've been playing with Arduino code a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I'm not proficient at coding at all, but
He's trying to get for the soundboard at church program set up for that.
yeah, the Arduino, we'd like it to boot up a couple of different things in a certain order and then shut them down in reverse order with delays between. And I'm not real good at coding, but that's what I've been trying to do in any little free time I've had. So this week there hasn't been any. Last week I did work on it a little bit. This week I've worked on editing quite a bit when I've been free. And we finished up syrup. That was...
Well, we still have a bucket of sap. I don't know if I should.
No, you threw it out.
Oh, you got rid of it. Okay. Oh yeah, we did maple syrup. We didn't include any pictures of it.
The video should be out sometime this weekend.
But yeah, I made my own sap, or turned my sap into syrup, and I think I haven't added all it up. I think we got about 2 gallons, which is exciting.
It's half of what we thought, about half what we thought we needed, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll only have to buy half as much syrup this year.
I'll probably still buy like 3 gallons just to, because we ran out. Shayla, I can only imagine having that many men in your house. Whew. 3 boys. And a husband. Uh-oh. Yeah. Tina, that would be cool if how I don't remember. How do you have like a couple acres or cuz if we get goats, they would not probably be in our yard. Maybe for a little bit in the winter. But mostly they'd be out in the pasture. So yeah, Papa Sprout, yeah. You do too. Whew, I don't know. Someone that I kind of know through Facebook, she has like 6 or 8 boys or something. I think there's 8 of them. Not all of them live at home anymore, but oh, I can only imagine having 8 boys at home. I think there's 6 that still live at home, and she had 8 total. In some respects, Sean, I think 3 girls might be worse than 3 boys. I had someone tell me at work that if she could be sure she had a boy, she'd have more kids. She goes, but she didn't want any more girls, and they had one more kid, or she had another kid with her husband. They had a boy, but she had told me that if she could have.
Thanks for being here, Wicked Chickens.
Bye, Missy. She
Well, she didn't say she was leaving, but
oh,
necessarily.
I see she's driving, but yeah, she said that she would never have a whole bunch of. If she could help it, wouldn't have a whole bunch of girls because they're so much harder to raise than boys. Okay, Tina, that makes sense with the little goats. I don't know. Everyone always talks about those Kiko goats, how much they love them. Okay, not everybody, but a lot of people, like Arm's family and the ones that live in Mother Otter. They have Kikos too. And they really like them.
Solution fix, no toilet paper.
I think maybe the boys need to start using a Doug and Stacy style toilet. They couldn't stop that up. Wow. So, on other news.
I was gonna say, now that this chat has got there, and
Yeah.
we can move on.
I'm still working on my socks. The same ones that I've been working on for 6. Has it been 6 weeks?
I think so.
I used to be able to knit a pair of socks in a week.
You stopped to knit a hat.
Yeah, I did knit a hat too. Okay, so 5 weeks. I've been knitting on these exclusively for 5 weeks. But when I was in town on Thursday, I stopped at the big box store and bought this yarn to do heels and toes, just because thinking I might run out, and I didn't want to. I don't really have that much sock yarn of this kind, because I've been trying to use up my stash, so I had to go buy more, which was so sad. I was so disappointed. What?
Still trying to keep up.
Oh, okay. So, that's what I've been knitting. It doesn't really make for great podcast material when you're knitting on the same pair of socks for 5 weeks, because, the finished objects. I guess you could do what you're stalking, which a lot of knitters like. That's what they call looking at other, like their dreaming, what their dream projects would be.
I had the Natural State Gardener in Homestead.
Hello. So I've been knitting on these socks for a while, and you've been working on the Arduino, or how do you say it?
Arduino.
Arduino.
And editing. Been working through quite a bit of footage.
See you later, Sean. Have fun tilling your garden.
Hopefully it doesn't rain on you today. Is it still morning?
Well, out on the West Coast, it's still morning.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, Papa Sprout isn't really technically morning anymore, because he's in the same state we are. So.
We're located in Northwest Ohio.
Yep, that's where I grew up. Technically, he thinks he grew up in Central Ohio, which I don't know. It's not that far away.
We're barely in Northwest Ohio here.
I was just giving you a hard time, Papa Sprout. I always get confused. I always get confused about what time of day it is, because I don't have a set schedule anymore. So I never know whether it's morning or afternoon.
You don't.
My schedule's all messed up.
I got you up this morning. And it was still morning.
It was. And I'm still tired. Because I stayed up. I was trying to get stuff done in the house last night. So I stayed up. I think it was like 3 o'clock when I went to bed or something. No, I'm pretty sure it was 3 at least.
It was 3 when you came to bed. What time it was. Clock said.
Yeah. I've developed bad habits.
Comes from me working third shift.
Yeah. So, are we going to order some seeds this week?
I'd like to. We get picked out what we absolutely need. I don't want to buy seeds just because it's something we'd like to grow. I want to buy seeds because it's something we're planning on growing this year.
Yeah. I probably don't need any more tomatoes, but that Ohio Heirloom Seed Company, I don't know, it's Ohio Heirloom something. They have a President Garfield tomato, an Abe Lincoln tomato, which I really want to grow that.
I'm making lemonade from lemons.
See ya, Shayla. I want to grow the Abe Lincoln tomato because that's what I call my bull. His actual name is Abe, but I call him Abraham Lincoln. So I want to grow that one. Then I told the cities that I would grow a pineapple tomato to make up for my I said on his comments that mint was gross. So in order to get in his good graces again, I decided to grow his favorite tomato is a pineapple tomato. So I said I would try that one. So I need to order a pineapple tomato to get in Josh's good graces. And then, what was the other one I wanted to grow? Oh, the Paul Robes tomato. I really want to grow that one. So I want to order those 4 tomatoes. And if I don't have enough Cherokee purples, I think I have enough, but if I'm out, I'll order more of those. Because that's my favorite tomato. I really like that Japanese black trifle though. Well, the few that we got, those were really good.
Hey, Walker Family Farm.
Hi.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
Sorry. But when we were at HOA,
Hi, Davies Family Farm. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle again.
sorry. When we were at HOA, we got these. These were the Trombolini seeds I was gonna grow. I was trying to find my tomatoes here.
Well, it's okay if you look, but you're just crinkling the fatties.
Sorry. They got a whole bunch of seeds on them.
Did you find?
I got tomatoes, but I don't know.
I think that might be all of them.
So, let's see. These were one of my favorite tomatoes last year. These Japanese black trifles.
They're up here, not
Oh,
down
sorry.
here.
I was just holding it in the wrong position. These Japanese black trifles, those were one of my favorite. So those were one of my favorites, and then
Uh-oh, you've been called out this time.
I showed you my knitting. And then we really like these Amish. We really like Amish paste tomatoes, so I might have to order more of those because it doesn't feel like we have. No! Papa Sprout, don't ruin my day.
We had a 50% chance for 2 hours this morning of snow or rain, and we didn't get either one.
Which I'm okay with.
And then the rest of today, it didn't look like there was a chance of snow or rain.
Does that look like
Just
enough?
partly cloudy, so.
Does it look like enough Cherokee purples? I don't know. It looks like probably enough.
There's 5 seeds still left. So yes, probably not.
I don't know. I wanna grow more tomatoes this year because some of them we really didn't get that many tomatoes per plant. Which I know sometimes you just have years that are slower.
Part of it was where we planted them this last year, and I was hoping by rotating that, planting the other direction.
So, but like if I would plant 40 this year, I probably have so many tomatoes I don't know what to do with them.
Well, we talked about doing this live in the greenhouse today,
Yeah.
and we decided not to because it's not nearly as warm as yesterday.
It was 100 degrees in there yesterday. So I would probably bring them inside, but I was thinking about starting.
I think tomatoes are probably the most useful thing we grow. I feel like we get the most use out of the tomatoes because we make so much sauce with them,
Yeah.
and it comes the closest to making it as far as we'd like it to.
Well, last year my mom planted. She went to a Mennonite greenhouse, and she got some. I don't know what it was, but it's some F1 or hybrid tomato, and that is the reason we have so much sauce, because those 4 tomato plants put out like crazy. I mean, some of it was just our tomatoes, but a lot of it had mostly her tomatoes.
Well, and I'm not against using a hybrid. If I want to save the seeds from my own, I don't want to save them from a
Yeah.
hybrid plant. So that's where I'd like to be eventually.
But I don't know if my mom is planting tomatoes this year. I don't know. And I mean, she just likes growing tomatoes just to have a couple. So I get the bulk of them. But if she's not planning on planting that many tomatoes, I need to make up for that with my own tomatoes, because without all of her tomatoes last year, we would not have had enough sauce. And since I've been doing my sourdough, I've been making a lot of pizza. It's starting to fall. It reached its peak, but there's one of my sourdoughs. I did 3 jars last night because I want to make some bread this afternoon. That way we can take it to church with us and have a snack for Farm Kid 1 while church is going on. Well, Papa Sprout, what my brother heard, and he works pretty closely with the weather. He's not a weatherman, but farmers, they
It's all they talk about.
Yeah.
Weather.
So, he thinks we're gonna have a really wet spring again this year, which, I mean, it is what it is. I'm really hoping that it isn't as dry as the summer as it was last summer, because that was crazy. Now, and if we have the exact opposite and we have so much water we don't know what to do with, I don't know what we'll do with the pastures, because when it's so wet, the cows just tear up the pasture. I mean, I guess we'll just have to graze them on it, but
As long as there is some sunny days in there, it grows grass pretty well.
yeah, but they'll tear it up a lot more.
They do tear it up, but as long as we keep them moving fast, I think we'll still be okay.
I didn't realize you've been knitting soap savers, Tina. I'm behind on your channel. I did watch a video this morning. I don't know if you saw my comment. I haven't been back on, but you were at 900 exactly when I watched that video. So congratulations. Even though it was your 800 giveaway, you were at 900 when I watched. Yeah, Sunny's Place. Emma, Papa Sprout, Mama Sprout had made soaps and lotions, so they had a booth there. So we were over there a lot on, was it Saturday and Sunday? Or is it Friday and Saturday? I think it's Friday and Saturday. We were over there a lot, especially on Saturday.
Smells like sourdough when you open it.
But I don't know. I suspect you can. I know you can mail sourdough. I guess I could have sent you some if had I known. I could have slipped some in your package, but.
Well, if you put out videos, it helps a lot too.
Yeah.
We've been missing in action this month a lot. The past month and a half. I guess it's been getting close to 2 months now. We weren't here all of February, except for the lives. And half of February now, we really haven't been here except for the lives. I was looking at our last 30 days, and we've only put out 8 videos over the last 30 days.
Yeah. When just at Vlogmas, we had done a video every day. Now, I don't know if Tina does one every day, but she does one almost every day, and that really helps. But I don't know how she keeps up with editing that and filming, because that was really stressful for us doing Vlogmas every day. Just, whew. Okay, Emma, I wasn't sure that just we were over there at Papa Sprout's booth
Several times,
Mama Sprout's
several
booth.
different days.
I'll say it's Mama Sprout's booth because I don't want to get in trouble.
And he won't care.
And he won't care. I don't think so anyway. I don't know.
So we put out a video this morning recapping the first 2 weeks of February, I think it was. Like, really
Which-
fast, a week of February.
Looking at it, the second week of March or second, I don't know if it's whatever, but you know, I watched it yesterday. Watching that video, the 13th of March, I'm thinking, man, that's a lot of snow, and that wasn't that long ago.
And then I hope this weekend to put out another one about the maple sugaring process. And I think that one's going to come out this weekend.
Okay. And we were gonna do a cow video, but when I was watching that footage last night, I'm not sure there's enough actual footage there to put out a whole video just about cows. But salesman and Papa Sprout.
Salesman Papa Sprout. He was doing a good job of selling the beard oil, so everybody stopped and said, "Oh, look at that beard." And he's like, "Yeah, I got oil that I put on it." And they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna grow a beard just like that."
You're not though. But it would at work. It would be.
I was gonna say it would just get dirty.
I don't know. When we first got married, I said he was not allowed to grow a beard. Like I just. But now when he shaves, he looks so baby faced.
I haven't shaved it, really shaved it off in, I think, 2 years.
You shaved it off once last
I'll
summer,
cut it.
didn't you?
No, you keep telling me that, but I didn't.
I s-
I cut it really
you did.
short sometimes, but in the summer I keep it much shorter, as short as I can stand it, usually, or as long as I can stand it, one or the other.
Are we going to? I don't know if we're going to HOA this year or not. I'm not sure.
If we're allowed to go anywhere.
Oh my word! I really doubt it's going to be a problem in 7 months. I know they canceled the shindig. At least I heard. I didn't watch the video yet, but I heard they canceled the shindig. But I'm not sure if we're going to HOA or not. Yellow Rose Homestead, they're getting married there, and that sounds like just the party they're gonna put on. Mandy is in on that, and right.
So I'm not sure.
I'm not sure who's all in on it, but they were talking about it. Mandy and Yellow Rose were, and they sounded like it was gonna be really fun. So I kind of want to go, but on the other hand, it's kind of a long drive. And we got lost. Well, it wouldn't have been so long if we hadn't got lost on the way there. So
Headed up the mountain. We're supposed to be crossing it, I think. And
yeah. Well, I learned something after that. There's a part of Virginia, and I'm not sure where else it was, but you're actually not allowed to have, like, there's no cell phone reception there or Wi-Fi because of a telescope. I'm not saying we crossed into that, but we lost cell reception. Like, it was gone.
it didn't come back.
So we got lost.
And it would have been fine. Like, I've read maps. I grew up with the fold-out atlas and the fold-out maps. It wasn't that I was worried that I couldn't read a map, it's that I didn't know where I was at to begin with.
Yeah, we didn't know where
Because
we were.
I was just letting the GPS navigate. I wasn't paying any attention to the map. So I didn't even know where we were. And it was almost dark.
Yeah, it wasn't. Well, it was.
It was getting dark.
It was getting dark, but it wasn't like it was still. The sun was still up. It hadn't set yet. And I was hungry. So. Oh man. Oh, we haven't actually been. Well, I guess maybe just now. Okay. I don't know. So we talked about seeds, word planting stuff, ducks.
We didn't talk about geese yet.
I really have thought about getting geese too, but I don't know. Maybe I should do that instead of getting ducks.
Do geese.
Do geese instead of ducks. Maybe I should do it. I forgot about that. Last fall I was all gung ho on getting geese. Yeah, Emma. Now, I know we're on Google right now. This is a Google platform. But I sincerely think that Google Maps will give you a crazy route just to see if you'll follow it. I sincerely think that. I just want to see how much we will follow them. I sincerely think that. See ya, Tina. We should probably get off here pretty soon.
I'm at McCoy's Oak Hill Farm.
Hi, Leanna. I just said we were getting off. Now we gotta start over for Leanna can hear it. Of course, she's in Minnesota, so
So she already knows about snow.
she knows about having to wait.
Having to wait to start those seeds.
Bye, Emma. Yeah, she knows about having to wait to start seeds. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I keep meaning to send you an email, but I'm so terrible at emails. Like, I'm so terrible. Well, I'm not just terrible at emails. I have on my list to send 2 cards in the mail. And they've been on there for 2 weeks, and I haven't done those either. So I'm just terrible at communication, I think. If I have to sit down and do it, it just doesn't get done. Yeah, because Leanna, I just checked. She still hasn't put out more videos. So I was going to email her and check on her, but I'm terrible. Uh-oh.
It's probably us. I'm using an external mic today, and I was worried that it would slip, even if it started out together, which I'm not sure it did. The audio won't slip, but the video might, so...
Ahead?
Yeah.
Huh. See, I don't know anything about the sound and video stuff. That's all his department, so... I have no idea how to fix it. Can you fix it? Without...
Maybe.
Okay, so... I mean, I know a lot of people have gotten off here, but... What is everyone's favorite tomato who's still on here? What's your favorite tomato? I'm just curious. Maybe we only have Papa Sprout and Leanna here.
It's simply Jan.
Is it the real one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, autocorrect is oh man, sometimes the stuff that autocorrect says is just like that doesn't even make any sense. Okay, well, last year we grew a variety of different tomatoes. And when we did a taste test, we really liked the Cherokee Purple, the Japanese Black Trifle. I mean, any tomato was better than a store-bought tomato, but some of them were just better than others. So I was just curious. Let's see. Disappear like this little.
That's what I was trying to do, but it wouldn't let me.
Okay. Simply Jan. I think that you're the real Simply Jan. There was a channel on here earlier that had your name that was not you. So, just thought I'd let you know. I don't know. Yeah. They had the same. It's not. They had the same name as you, but they don't have any subscribers.
We really hadn't tried a huge variety of tomatoes. We actually went to the farmer's market the very first year. I think that we grew a bunch of tomatoes, or a couple different varieties.
Yeah,
of tomatoes.
until last year we've always grown or always bought our tomatoes, and last year, I think, right? Last year was the first year we've grown them.
We tried other years, they never came up. But we went to the market, and then we talked to a local grower there, and they told us their favorites, and so that's why we had branched out a little bit.
Yeah, Leanna. It was really weird. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I was gonna say somebody else caught it, but we weren't.
Yeah, all of a sudden it was just.
The same message over and over and over again, and.
Well, it wasn't. I don't think it was the same message.
It was.
I wasn't. So I'm glad to have the real Simply Jane here. But yeah, well, we've tried growing like the green tomatoes. We don't really like green. Even when they're ripe, the green tomatoes, we don't really like those. But my favorite is probably still the Cherokee Purple. The Japanese Black Trifle is really up there though. So we'll see this year. What do you have a favorite tomato?
Not particularly. I like to see a tomato produce a pretty good amount, though. I don't want to grow something that we're just get a few off of. Even if it's a good flavor, I still want to get a decent amount off of it. So
Yeah.
peppers might be my new one that I have favorites of, because we really liked the habanero.
I haven't told you. I'll be right back. Keep the people entertained. I need to show you something.
But the habanero and I think Charleston hot peppers, the one we grew last year, it's similar to it's similar to the peppers that are designed for hot sauce, and we made a lot of hot sauce from those last year. They're all mold.
Yeah. So this is what the hot sauce looks like. This is one of our old blender broke, so this is one of the older ones. But I opened up at least 3 jars, and the jars,
Ooh.
they have a whole bunch of mold on them. One of them, I wanted to test it. I scraped all the mold out. I wiped the rim off, and then I put it in a new jar. And the new jar is still developing mold. So I think that they're all just need to be put in the compost, which is really sad because we really like that hot sauce. But I think we still will have enough to get through with the ones that aren't moldy. I don't know why they grew mold. I don't know. So I don't know. I think I found that like 2 weeks ago, and I just noticed that the one I was testing, I just hadn't had a chance to tell Nathan. I guess I slip my mind every time.
Do you still have water?
Hmm?
Do you still have water?
Do I still have water? This? Yeah. So
Thank you. So bilberries. Bilberries look like did you see them?
yeah, I saw. They do look
They
like
really
blueberries.
do just look like a
But we need to find a.
blueberry.
Can you find a bilberry plant? I don't. I know Leanna wasn't in here, but we went to the doctor this last week, and he recommended bilberry supplement, and so I want to try growing bilberries. I'm not sure. I want to try growing bilberries because he said they're really good for your eyes. So I have glasses. Just it couldn't hurt to help support my eyes. Woohoo! Bilberry plants are wild shrubs, although they can be cultivated. They work best in cool climates. Got that covered. 3 through 8. So we'll probably be getting some of those if we can find an actual plant. Nathan's having trouble finding them here. I mean, just a quick search though. We haven't done a deep dive into. I had never heard of them, the bilberries, until when we went to the doctor this week.
Yeah, I saw that they're much more prevalent in the United Kingdom than blueberries actually. They appear to be very, very close to the same thing actually. Size, taste. The first thing Jerry said is that she thought maybe they tasted bad. I don't think they have the pills we got.
Well, I don't think
the pills have a flavor at all.
We just tried to feed
but
one.
They stain it really bad.
I've tried to feed one to Farm Kid 1, and she spit it back out at me. Well, okay, so these weren't actually canned. We just fermented it, and then we put them in the refrigerator with like a plastic lid. So it shouldn't have been like the lid was too loose or anything. It was just a bad. Hello, Food Forest Permaculture.
Simply Jam Homestead. I know you were on there like before we got started, and then there was somebody in the middle that wasn't you for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Farm Kid 1 loves blueberries. We've actually picked those. We got a few blueberries off of those bushes that we put in last year. Although of 6 bushes, only 4 were cold tolerant.
So we have 2 spaces for two.
Huh?
We have 2 spaces for.
We have 2 spaces that we need to replace. And I don't know if I'll try a different variety or just pick one of the 2 varieties that we already have. Probably depend. I'll probably just run to Lowe's again when I know that it should be clearanced. I suspect that it's an issue they have every year and they have too many blueberries, certain things, so we'll keep an eye on that anyway. I've also bought them after the after the rush on Stark Brothers, because after their spring sell-off, they decreased the price on them. They don't get as low as they were at Lowe's, but
Yeah, they have run some good sales online if you can. Well, it's not just coming up that. Did you run all the way top? Oh, right there. Oh, maybe if you click on their picture, you have to give it a minute. But maybe, I don't know.
I was going to try to report it
Oh, okay.
for her.
Okay. Simply Jan, Nathan is reporting that channel for
What's this one?
yeah, well, both.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, you can't do more than one. Nathan just reported them. They don't have any subscribers. I'm not sure.
Well, it's got the same picture. It was built on purpose.
Yeah, they've got the same picture. I was thinking it was a different picture, but when I just looked at it, it wasn't. It was the same picture. Well, we have violets in our front yard in the spring anyway, right? Those
Violets?
the other the little purple thing.
I think so.
I saw the one starting. One of them is starting to flower. I forget what it's called. Thanks, Food Forest Permaculture. So we'll probably try to find some bilberry plants to plant those. But I think pretty soon, like the area where we had our tomatoes last year, that's all going to be just like different berries. So I think that we're gonna have to find a new place for my tomatoes. It isn't a big deal. Last year it was on Easter morning. No, it was the day before Easter. We had a tree fall down out of the woods. It, came over the fence and it landed. Like the trunk didn't hit the. We had just moved our our pullets out. We had just moved the pullets from the garage outside with a heat lamp, and the very top of where the branches are, they hit the coop where the pullets were. So anyway, most of it got cleaned up, but that trunk that was in our yard last year was taking up a pretty good section of what could be garden. So maybe I'll plant my tomatoes over there once the berry patch gets too big to put.
Should I let you see the comments?
I'm on my phone, it's okay. But I need to anyway, so the berry patch is growing probably. We won't buy any more elderberries because we didn't realize that at first. Everyone just talks about elderberries. We didn't realize how easy they were to propagate. So we've bought 6 plants, which isn't entirely a bad thing because we have 2 Adams and 2 Johns, and then we got the 5th and 6th one are 2 different varieties that are not coming to me right this second. So we have 3 different varieties, which we've read is of elderberries.
Yeah, what did you say we had?
Or we have 4 different varieties.
Yeah.
Sorry. We have 4 different varieties. So we've read that it's good to have elderberries, to interplant them with a different variety of elderberry for better berry production. So we'll probably propagate some more of those because we really like those. Well, some of us really like them. None of them ever made it into the house last year. The elderberries. Between him and Farm Kid 1, they just... Which is fine. but none of them made it into the house. So I think we need more of those plants. One of my friends, I don't think he planted them. He lives on his grandpa's farm. Either his grandpa or his dad planted them. But he said, if you would have told me you were looking for elderberries, I could have given you some, because he goes, I mow them down every year, and every year they just come back. He can't get rid of them. So
Well, somebody said this company had,
oh, okay.
they were listed as a blueberry, but they've got the proper Latin name.
Okay. Don't eat what or all? Elderberries?
Some people say not to eat elderberries, but they're the European variety of
Yeah,
elderberry, not the
European.
U.S. variety of elderberry.
Yeah.
The U.S. variety of elderberry is completely safe in raw form.
That's what we've.
If you really want to know everything there is to possibly know about it, Trip H puts out a lot of videos about elderberry production, and they do a good job of covering, have a good knowledge base on them. Is that who it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Trip H. Should we make her a moderator? That way we can tell them apart real quick, easily.
I was trying to find those other two varieties of
I forget what they were.
elderberry, but that wasn't what I clicked here.
Oh.
So I'm not to find out on that page.
But yeah, I really like the elderberries, and I think they have really good health benefits. Now, I don't know. I've never tried to drink elderberry water or juice for health or like every day for health benefits. Some people drink it to lose weight, which if it works for you, that's great.
Nova and York
Yeah, Nova and York
are the kinds of elderberries.
So we have one Nova and one York, and one of those is it took longer. It was right the very end one, whichever one that is. It.
They need to take time to go through these. Uh-oh. Yawns. Hello, Lisa Lee.
Yeah, hi Lisa. Yeah, I'm not going to claim to know very much about elderberries, but that's what we were told, was that the European varieties were dangerous to eat raw. Because is it cyanide in it?
Cyanide, yes, but the U.S. varieties that are cultivated here do not contain that trace element of cyanide or beginning cyanide. So.
No.
And
Yeah.
I have heard that you don't eat the stems or bark. I'm not sure why. I wouldn't purposely eat them anyway because.
Well, some people eat bark.
Well, they're very. I'm gonna say they're a very woody plant. Even the part that the seeds or the berries are attached to is very woody. I mean.
So let's see. Oh, well, the people who are in here now, they missed out on my plan about the front yard. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. We run our meat chickens in the backyard, okay? So what I was thinking is planting our regular potatoes in our front yard. And Nathan isn't completely sold on the idea, but I think it is a good idea.
Thanks for coming, Papa Sprout. I know we're running a little long.
Bye, Papa
Thanks for
Sprout.
sticking around.
Hi, Jim and Josie, or Jim or Josie. But yeah, I'm thinking planting potatoes in the front yard for we can run the meat chickens in the backyard is a pretty good idea. Except
Well,
Nathan's
I'm not against planting in the front yard, but I think there's plenty of front yard without planting them over top of the water.
There's not. Well, but I want like on the one side of the greenhouse, I want to plant the squash. So on the other side would be the potatoes. And Nathan's not appreciating my idea. Well, the one video I watched, I think they had a 50 by 50 area of potatoes, and they only planted 6 rows, which I don't know. I don't know. I did not do the math on that. Maybe you could do it closer. But they got 300. I think they got close to 400 pounds of potatoes. Which 400 pounds of potatoes divided by 52 weeks is just shy of what, 4 pounds a week, like 3.5 pounds a week maybe. Which that would do us pretty good for the whole year.
We've been live too long.
Oh. I would just go ahead and. I mean, I don't know. So, but that's what I'm thinking, is planting a big potato section out front.
We don't speak Japanese, so.
Hi, millennial homesteaders. We're getting all kinds of new people in here. So, but anyway, that's what I'm thinking, is planting potatoes in the front yard. But I need to sell Nathan on that idea. Yeah, I know. It's just.
Let's say you hit just about an hour mark and it starts. It seems like the trolls get a lot heavier after the hour mark. I don't know if there's a bot out there that watches that or what, but
I don't know. Because we mod for. Well, the bigger channels they have. We mod for a pretty good sized channel. Okay, a big channel. And sometimes the trolls on that channel are crazy. And then other times there's like 5 mods on there and there's no problems. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Well, so should I go over my garden plan again for the new people?
no, you should show your potatoes again.
Okay. So, I guess I'll start. Like 4 years ago, we grew sweet potato slips that we bought, and the mice or the voles ate them. So then, which the slips were fine, just where we planted them, the mice and voles got into them. And so we did get some, but not very many.
It is very tricky to tag from your phone.
So then, I don't know if we tried 3 years ago, but then, or 2 and 3 years ago, I don't remember. But last year, my store-bought sweet potatoes started sprouting or slipping in my, or whatever. They started growing slips in the cupboard. So I planted them in the green yard. Or did we both plant them? Maybe we both planted them. I guess we both did.
Yeah, we were going to plant them in the garden. And we got as far as planning the day that we were going to plant them in the garden. And they decided it was going to get cold too soon. There was going to be no way that we would get a harvest in the garden.
So we planted them in the greenhouse. We got, I don't remember how many pounds we got. Maybe I didn't even weigh it. I don't remember. But we got some. Not as much as I would like. But anyway, I saved 2 sweet potatoes that I thought were in decent shape. I mean, none of them were in excellent shape, but they got put in the pantry and forgotten about. But I found them, and I saved 2 of them, and one of them is growing starting to grow the slips. I'm so excited because, I mean, I don't know what variety this is, but we grew this sweet potato last year, and now we're gonna have slips from it. So I'm really excited. I know.
It's a white flesh sweet potato.
Yeah, it's a white sweet potato. I'm not sure what variety it is, but it's white. I know a lot of people put toothpicks in them and put them in water. We didn't have very good luck with that when we tried that We've
had
tried
much
that
better
2 or
luck.
3
Like I said,
years.
we had much better luck.
Just letting them slip themselves. So we turned up the temperature in the office
Yeah, it's hot in here.
we had turned it up for the sourdough, but we left it. So I took the sourdough out of here because I've got a pretty good starter now, and I don't have to feed it every day. I can just put it in the refrigerator between. But the sweet potatoes are appreciating the heat now, so. Usually they don't start growing slips until like May.
At the earliest here, lots of times it's too late to plant them.
Yeah, it's too late to plant them usually. So putting them in this warmer room has. This one's developed slips, which I am so excited about to have slips for my own sweet potatoes. I think that's probably something else I want to buy. Is some slips that like maybe some purple ones or something, some purple sweet potatoes.
I think we'll probably still end up putting those in the greenhouse because we were at bare minimum on growing
The amount of days.
The amount of days. And so in order to
And actually they would have kept growing.
Well, I was gonna say, and they're much more heat tolerant, so they'll be fine in the greenhouse. Whereas some other things we could grow longer in the greenhouse, but we couldn't grow through the heat. So probably we'll use the.
Well, and I would like to grow. We would like to have a.
Are you worried about it?
I wish I didn't see it. I would like to have another greenhouse for. Well, you had talked about it first. Having another greenhouse to have the laying hens in the winter. So then, if we had a bigger greenhouse for them, we could plant sweet potatoes in there in the late April, early May, and then harvest it in enough time to put the chickens back out there in the winter. And I really like the idea of some channels I've seen where they have a greenhouse and they put a whole bunch of compost in there and let the chickens till through that all winter, and it helps feed them. I love sweet potatoes. Like, even growing up, I liked them. I'm weird, but my grandma, I would eat them raw at my grandma's house because my grandma grew them. Like, I would eat chunks of raw sweet potato. So, I've always loved sweet potatoes. But, we've grown in pots before, but we haven't had super great luck.
I think that's what we're going to do with that grow bag we got this year.
Yeah, but
we're going to grow some potatoes in there.
Nathan won that grow bag, so he wants to try growing potatoes, which that's fine. We need to find some more soil. Last year, my dad took the manure spreader over and got a load of. I mean, it was pretty much composted, all the way composted, but it was wood chip. It had started out as wood chips. And I didn't really want to do that again this year because there was so much trash in there.
But it was free.
Pop cans, pop bottles, car parts, gloves, glass. Like, there was a whole bunch of stuff. It took forever to dig through, but it was free. I mean, you had the gas to get over there.
A good day, Simply Jam.
Yeah. See you later. So that was free. So we hope to. We're hoping to get some more of that, even though it wasn't ideal. It was free. Just double checking. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It was really annoying to dig through all that, but it was like, how many yards? I mean, a manure spreader is, it's a pretty good chunk.
I think it was about 300 yards of soil. And what it boils down to is we weren't really planting in that anyway. A lot of it because we filled with different stuff on top that we were actually.
Well, a lot of it went into our raised bed, the greenhouse raised beds. So we put that in the bottom 2 feet or 2.5 feet.
Well, I was gonna say we'd put stuff in the bottom 2 feet or bottom foot, and then we put that on, and then we would at the very top where we were planting in mostly, we were putting in better stuff. Not all of it, but a lot of it. We never in here the last time.
Okay. So, but I don't know, because I bought those raised beds on the clearance section at Tractor Supply, so we have to fill those up.
Plus, we have other beds that need fixed, topped up, whatever.
But when you go to Menards and the bags of Pro Mix are what are they 13? Are they $12.98 or $13.98, something like that? You know, $13 or $14. It adds up quick.
I was gonna say we could probably add a bag of Pro Mix to every
Every
raised bed we already have, and that would add up very quick.
This was supposed to be a low budget year.
All right, well we're gonna go.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry. It's 1:38 here, so time to go make.
Pizza?
Well, yeah, time to go make pizza. I was gonna say lunch, but it's not really lunchtime anymore.
I said this will be our big meal today. Have pizza. Thank you all for coming, and
Yeah, thanks for
we
everyone.
had fun hanging out. And
Yeah. I hope to see everyone around the interwebs. Bye.
bye. It's really slow.